The Detroit Lions have outsmarted the NFL. You're looking at it right here. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, specifically Kirby Joseph. This is where Brad Holmes did some masterclass type stuff here with Kirby Joseph, drafting him in the third round. Really what's being overlooked with this excellent Detroit Lions team is the pass defense. That's something we've struggled with, and that is why we've been able to overcome the Aiden Hutchinson injury, is because we can straight up cover people so much better. These two, a perfect example. So you can see these guys have the lowest passer rating allowed by a mile in the NFL. Kirby Joseph, just incredible. So Brian Branch, right? Getting him was a steal, but it was like we all knew he was good. And it was like, I can't believe he's there. Brad Holmes makes a moves up to get him. Awesome. And it's just, he's an incredible player. Kirby Joseph is an incredible player that nobody would have thought of. He really only played 1 year of college, and then Brad Holmes takes him in the third round. I went back and looked. A lot of people had him going in the 5th round, 6th round. Really hadn't seen him enough. He's raw. All these things. Brad Holmes outsmarts everybody, gets him in the 3rd round. So this link to this hat is in the description. People have been asking about it. Check that out. Let me know your favorite Detroit Lions player on the defensive side of the ball. Mine is, well, I love Brian Branch. The guy's he might be the best football player we've seen. Like literal football player. I mean, I don't want to say the best, right? But he's such a good football player. He knows where to be. He's strong. He's great hands. Like, so many good things about him and the things that he can do. So I love everything about Brian Branch and what he can do. So let me know in the comments your favorite. I also love Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell's just been incredible so far this season, and he's really going to have a chance to show. He's a violent player. Love it. So here's what Dan Campbell had to say about Kirby Joseph. And again, I'm going to read to you some of Kirby Joseph's draft combine stuff and what was said. And it's just like, dude, yeah, why would you draft this guy? How would you know? Brad Holmes, incredible eye for talent, was able to find it. So Dan Campbell said, what we're seeing now is the growth of this player now going on year 3. He's grown at the safety position. He had not really played much defensive football. He was a receiver, but we liked his raw ability. He was an instinctive player. He had these instincts for football. He kind of figured some things out without being coached very much, playing the safety position. And now we're seeing growth. So he said, this dude's a receiver, should never have been drafted as high as he was. Brad Holmes, of course, is like, let me just watch this. Takes this guy, awesome. So if we look here, an NFL.com analyst, Lance Zierlein, had him going in the 5th round. Said basically free safety with average size, average speed, okay athleticism, only 1 year as a full-time starter. He did have 5 interceptions during that 2021 season. Again, that was COVID and some weird things going on there as well. He's fluid in space, but needs to play with better anticipation. Kirby Joseph is missing the demeanor and tackle strength for the box and is likely to be viewed less as versatile than some other safeties in the class. But he has potential in a single high safety split alignment. So, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you say that, right? It's like he's only played 1 year. Brad Holmes finds him, and that is the difference in this new regime that we've seen is just, man, nailing draft picks. Nobody would have taken him in the 3rd round like we did, and that's completely the difference. Now, some other news that I think is really important as we get into this stretch run. Remember, we have the Colts, then we have a short week Thanksgiving on Thursday, and usually it's like, you know what, let's just do that. Then we've got like a mini bye. Lions don't. They play again on Thursday against the Packers. So this kind of odd schedule really favors the underdog. I think it favors the Bears and the Packers. Kind of off weeks, kind of weird. The good news for the Lions, they're both home games. Crowd's going to be just amped like no other. especially for the Bears. Packers too, but like Thanksgiving. We're sick of losing on Thanksgiving. I think we've lost 6 or 7 in a row. So that one will be really exciting. But I'm saying this 3-game stretch here is just going to be wild because once we get done with the Packers, then you can take that mini break and kind of rest up. But this is going to be a wild 3-game stretch that will tell us a lot about seeding because we really it's like serious now. We need to get that first that number 1 seed because remember, if you get the number 1 seed, then you got to buy, and it's just like we need that really bad. There's no reason why we shouldn't get that now. So, okay, I don't know where I was going with that other than to say, oh yeah, so we've activated Broderick Martin, defensive tackle, for this game. We'll see what he can do. I think the defensive line is just good enough now. With the Zadarius Smith, secondary outstanding. Linebacker play, we're going to depend on Jack Campbell. And Malcolm Rodriguez. Like, let's go. That's who we're going to roll with. I mean, it just shows you how deep we really actually were going into this season. Like, that's what I'm learning. Okay. A couple other fun stats is the Lions have 3 wins this season by 38 points or more. No team in NFL history has 4 of those wins. So one more win, the Lions would set an NFL record with 4 38 or more point victories, which is just crazy. I mean, just to score 38 points is hard. They're winning by 38 points. This is just crazy. Dan Campbell also talked about what was negative on the film, and he had a bunch to say. Then what I loved is he's like, hey, defensively we messed up a little bit, and you know what? Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen would have burned us on that. And the reason I love that is because he knows, look, if we get to face those guys, it'll be in the Super Bowl, and we got to be ready. That's right, Dan. Love it. We've got the secondary now to just compete, keep us in games. We don't give up big plays. We're just dominating defensively. I know offensively, but defensively as well. That game against the Jags was just the perfect example of it. It was like we make you punt, we drive. Punt, drive, punt. There was no like crazy wacky plays. There was no pick sixes, scoop and scores, any easy touchdowns like that. It was just pure domination football. And these two are so important to what the Lions are doing. So now they play the Colts, get that victory. I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's just where we're at now as fans, where you just like go ahead and win that, and then we'll go. The division games are always just going to be weird, tough, hard. They just are. So it's like, let's come home, get a couple of division games. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Kirby Joseph, let me know your favorite Detroit Lions player, and we'll see all of you on the next one.